Plans to add parking in front of historic Knoxville High near the popular Doughboy statue in tribute to World War I soldiers and other troops are causing some upset among people. Critics are asking people to call or write the Historic Zoning Commission to voice their opinions about the move. Developer Rick Dover wants to add some 28 parking spaces at the now residential center for seniors. Potential residents want the parking. A Dover spokesperson, Mike Cohen, says the front has always been the main entrance and once had a large driveway, and he says Dover is ensuring that the Doughboy statue is protected. Dover says he respects the statue and what it stands for.
We're very respectful and really love that statue. I think it's one of the most beautiful pieces of public art we have in Knoxville, and obviously created for as a memorial to World War I soldiers from all over Knoxville, not just Knoxville High students.
That developer says they will give a presentation to the Historic Zoning Committee Thursday before moving forward.
And we want to move